and start up the overlay, and we will kick right into the game.
Dire team ban.
All right, so depending on how long this game goes, actually this will probably be my very last game of the evening, simply because we have an hour left. And yeah, so that doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep following, because in roughly
10 seconds remaining.
About another 12 hours from now, the live stream will kick right back in.
5 seconds remaining.
Why do I keep forgetting his name?
Reserve time.
I'm such a bad caster. Craze. Craze is going to be casting live. Come back, follow him, watch him, have some more fun, and then follow me for the evening. Grab a pizza, and we'll have some real fun, right? Nonetheless,
team ban.
Let's get into the game. We have C4 Dota, who's actually banning out the Brewmaster, and Clan. We have KUL, who are banning out both the Viper and the Doom. So, already seeing a lot of mid and just devastating power coming in. You know, the funny thing is, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really see a whole lot of Brewmaster being taken off, except for
reserve time.
Excuse me, the professional games. But that could just be me. The teams are all running private profiles, so they can't see one another's information, which actually hurts me as a caster. But it's not like I don't know. I would like to see them ban out better strategies. I'm not sure what banning out Brewmasters and Invokers are going to do, unless that's just where they happen to have their strategy.
Mirana.
How is
Dire team pick?
How is Twitch looking? Is it still going? Is it choking badly here? Okay. I don't think it's your fault. I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think it's just Twitch. Actually, let me take a look at OBS, see if it's kicking me in for yeah. I have not one dropped frame. Not one. So I have no idea what's wrong. I don't think it's me.
10 seconds
I think it is just Twitch acting up right now. Hopefully that $1 billion from YouTube fixes a few problems. Cough, cough.
Radiant team pick.
And we have a very interesting set of picks coming up already on C4 Dota. They decided to rush the Tidehunter and Rubik picks, which are, I guess the Rubik is simply to stop Clan from taking that as well. I don't blame them. You never want to have to deal with a Tidehunter ult coming right back in your own face. So, well played there. Especially if they can actually find a way to steal that Mirana ult. Oh, baby, that would be beautiful. That'd be very tough to find for obvious reasons. But Rubik is always a fun little hero to see. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll even see a nice little a tower placement. We'll call him a human ward. As I don't know if you guys ever saw that. You might have seen that little video with Parian Flax. He called himself the Parian Flax Ward because he got picked up by a Rubik and placed on the Spire in the Dire top lane 3 times. Completely shut out. It was horrible. And the anti-mage just slammed him and just insulted him, his teammate. Oh, it was so funny. Just go check out the YouTube video if you haven't seen it already. It was beautiful. And wow, a very interesting play coming up with Clan. They see the Rubik, and yet they pick up the Darkseer.
Dire team ban.
That's a free vacuum. Whew, boy, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that's a very smart pick by Clan, simply because of the Rubik pick. But I guess we'll find out what happens, right? It depends on, ultimately, how C4 Dota choose to initiate upon that. What kind of heroes do they want to pick after they steal a Darkseer vacuum? I should have picked up more water. I forgot to do that. All right, so we're going to go back to the bans, of course. We see a Shadow Demon banned out by C4. And we see a Nyx and a Slark being taken out by Clan. So they are definitely looking to get rid of that Assassin pick-off potential from C4. Which, Assassin, I wouldn't say initiation. It's definitely got some. Of course, with the Nyx Assassin and a Slark, but nonetheless, an OD being banned out as well as by C4. They're trying to get rid of some more intelligence heroes, or agility heroes, or at least a mid. Darkseer can't vacuum if Tide is included. I don't understand your sentence.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Weaver.
I'm not sure I understand that.
Radiant
Sorry.
team pick.
Maybe my brain's just a little fried.
Silencer.
I'll wait for you to respond, and
Dire
then
team
we'll keep
pick.
discussing that. We see the Weaver and the Silencer picked up, actually, from both teams. So there we have our mid coming from C4. And since, I mean, the Invoker, they banned him out, so don't have to really worry about that too much. Not that Weaver really has to worry about Invoker too much to begin with. Nonetheless, that Silencer is always such a massive pain. Or maybe I just don't like him. I've never been a fan of
10
Silencer.
seconds
Let's
remaining.
get rid of that.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
still waiting for further picks from C4 Dota.
Reserve time.
If the Darkseer vacuums people in, and then
Radiant
Tide
team pick.
comes with this vacuum, and his ultimate is not on cooldown. Maybe I just can't picture it. Why can't I picture this? I mean, Darkseer and Tide are on opposite teams.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I guess I don't understand, but that's okay. That's all right.
Reserve time.
That's just Chris being an amateur right now. So, and we do have a nice little Treant protector being picked up by C4 Dota. I do like the Treant. I've always been a fan of the Treant. I've always believed that if teams are dead even, the team with the Treant are obviously far, far ahead as the late game kicks in. Simply because it's going to make it so difficult for teams to have to... A team is absolutely forced to push down one lane and take a set of racks. If they can't get that tier 2 by mid-game, their chances of holding it
Dire team
increase
ban.
dramatically, depending on their lineup. Now, with the Mirana, we don't have fast right-click damage, other than the Mirana, of course. I mean, you wouldn't see that from the Storm Spirit, Silencer, and Darkseer, so we don't have much of a tank.
10 seconds
Silencer is a
remaining.
little tanky, but he is by far not a defined
5
tank.
seconds remaining.
We don't have. I see you have. You type.
Reserve time.
Oh yeah. No, of course, absolutely, exactly. No, that's you're 100% right. This is that's what I think I was looking for earlier as well. That's exactly the problem. If Darkseer screws this up, he gives over such a massive advantage to the Tide Hunter Rubik combo.
Radiant team ban.
Good God. I mean, look at this. You've got a potential Rubik stealing vacuum, pulling everybody together, and then Tide Hunter locking everybody down, Treant locking everybody down. No. I think you're absolutely right.
10 seconds remaining.
But then again, it ultimately depends on whether or not Tide gets his blink
5
dagger anyway.
seconds remaining.
As soon as Tide gets his blink, you don't even need a vacuum. You're going to be...
Reserve
It
time.
won't even matter in the least. The only thing that'll happen is the Darkseer will potentially pull him away, simply because the Tide will be in a bad position. But it depends. I guess we'll
Reserve
find out,
time.
won't we? We see a Skywrath
team
Mage
pick.
crying as he's removed from the pick pool, and a Venomancer being removed. Maybe I'm just a scrub. I'm in the trench tier in Dota, but I've never understood a Venomancer. I don't. I mean, other than his creep push potential, which is I could see on par with the March of the Machines, but like I said, that's potentially why I'm trenched here, right?
Radiant team pick.
We have a nice little Phantom Assassin going in the game as well, which makes the Weaver go off lane. We have the PA mid lane. We have the Rubik. I'm thinking whoever he happens to go, he's going to try and go up against that Darkseer. Tide Hunter off lane. No, okay, so Weaver, Tide off lane. Treant, Treant, Weaver.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, absolutely
5
Treant.
seconds remaining.
Love Treant. Beautiful Treant. Let's think
Reserve
for a minute.
time.
PA mid, Weaver, Tide, hard lane, Gosh, that's so many supports, though. They're going to have to run Rubik as a carry. I just caught that. 3 supports. Unless they choose to put... I don't know. I don't know. Especially, I guess they're going to be running Rubik as a... I mean, they would have to. They don't have a... Well, shoot. They can make Tidehunter the tank. They can make Rubik a carry. I mean, I'm talking... These are possibilities. They'll have to switch out one for another. Tide as the tank. Rubik as the carry. And...
Earthshaker here.
God, I don't know. Nonetheless, Clan is absolutely more than happy to throw tons and tons of spells into a Rubik's Grasp. This is not okay. You've got the Storm Pulls, you've got the Storm Sprints, you have the Earthshaker Slams, you've got the Silencer. Well, actually, the Silencer ult might be drastically difficult to pick up. The Darkseer Vacuums, the Mirana Arrows, they have literally given Rubik whatever he wants. That is such a nasty pool to just feed into a Rubik who is obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, who I would believe is going to be playing into a potential pick roll or carry roll. Oh yeah, absolutely. No, you're 100% right. C4 is tanky.
10 seconds remaining.
They have such initiation.
5 seconds remaining.
But, God, I don't know, man. Or woman. Whoever you are. I don't know why that's changing on me. I have to appreciate KUL's late game. If C4 if they do not get this mid game, they are toast. They are ruined. Silencer, Storm Spirit, Mirana... They're going to wreck C4 late game. This is a very, very sketchy set of calls by C4. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they got a plan, right? Anything could happen. So, waiting for the tactical pauses to go away. Hopefully this isn't going to be nearly as bad as it used to be. How's the stream? Are we having any problems yet? Is it as bad as it used to be? Is it getting better? I hope it's better. It looks like it's better. It seems to be pulsing ever so slightly. I guess I'm just going to have to double check everything in the morning and talk to the caster, or the tournament announcers, tournament hosts. Either way, it'll be a fun little final game. We'll either see an amazing set of fights going on C4, or with C4 early game, or we're going to see some just stompy late game potential with KUL. The only thing I can think of is if KUL gets those early first couple of bloods, done. Game over. C4 has nothing to follow up with. That's going to shut down. It'll shut down Tide's ult. Treant is not going to be able to get his ult up either. Rubik is not going to be strong enough to steal things. PA is not going to get her damage. And Weaver's going to do nothing but run away. How Moochie. Scream. I knew what you meant. Stream. No sweat. I'm sorry Twitch is choking. I can't fix it. Hopefully it'll be up and ready by tomorrow. Are you going to come back tomorrow, hopefully? Let me know. Obviously, there's going to be a couple minutes until you hear this, so let me know if you're coming back. I would love it if you came back. Likewise, if you choose not to or whatever, and you choose to buy a ticket, that would be awesome too. It's only $1. And yeah. It depends on if he gets focused first or not. I don't know if he'll be able to be focused on. The Darkseer might be able to pull him into a special position. Or, you know what? Now I feel dumb because I didn't even realize. Mirana's ultimate is going to make things daftly difficult for Dire. As soon as she hits 6, especially if they put her either solo top, or solo hard lane, or mid lane, once they get 6, all they have to do is start ganking. Oh, what is that set? Let's, free cam, Chris. I can't go any further on this Rubik just yet. Actually, I can. That's a very cool looking set. I like that a lot. Excuse me. Nonetheless, I would say one of the nice combos I love seeing with a Mirana is everybody smokes up first, and then when they know they're close to the enemy, then they pop the ultimate. And that gives them even more time to come in. Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's actually really cool. Just so you know, though, I tend to only follow. I tend to cast pub and pickup games right now on my main stream, simply because I'm always looking for extra work right now. I'm only 2 weeks into casting not professionally, amateur matches, so I'm always looking for that extra little bit. So if you ever see me online, don't expect it to be tournaments like this, at least not for a while. I'll get there one day, I hope. We'll see what happens, right? Let's get into the match and make sure everybody gets get their due as for the setups. Oh, I love couriers. I've always loved couriers. I have so much fun with couriers. Silencer, we have Cool Street. On the Storm Spirit, we have Vita.
30 seconds.
On the Darkseer, we have Maxi. On the Earthshaker, we have Merc. And on the Mirana, we have 1234, who's probably just a stand-in. Come back to me, screen. We have on the Dire, we have Feature Farmer on the Rubik. We have Tidehunter with Russian. We have C4 Frozen on the PA mid. On the Treant, we have Real. And on the Weaver, we have Duck Dodgers.
The battle begins.
Not a whole lot else going on right now. We do have we have couriers going up on each lane. Ooh, we even have. Is that a Defense Season 2 War Dog?
Snick, snick.
Maybe. I could be wrong. Weaver. Okay, he picked up a DD rune. I thought it was a haste rune there for a minute, but nope, he did not. He didn't even put a first point in anything right now. So we have a tri-lane top on the Dire. Very interesting setup. At least we've got some smart decisions on the Dire. They want to get the right people farmed up as quickly as possible. They've got the PA here in the middle lane. They have the Tidehunter in the bottom lane, but he seems to be playing dumb. He's actually working against a tri-lane here. Why are you here, Tide? This is stupid. He's going to take a lot of damage as well. He should. He's just playing dumb. And that's going to be a first blood going to the Earthshaker. Okay. I thought it was going to be the Silencer.
First blood.
Dumb plays.
You had better get used to it.
Not else what to call that. I mean, he played way too aggressive against the tri-lane, and as tanky as a Tide is, level 1 Tide is not tanky. So, absolutely, MF, okay? It's a lot of fun casting games. I would recommend just... Okay, here's some advice for you. Go over to Dota2 Cast It, or if you're on Reddit, go to reddit.com/r/Dota2 Cast It. And that's actually going to have a ton of games that people are consistently suggesting to have their pubs casted, which is great resource. Just download the game, cast it, and either upload to YouTube or stream it on Twitch and then give them the link, and they'll give you feedback. And it's a lot of fun. It's actually what I've been doing to get my practice. And it's a great resource. And it doesn't even matter if multiple people cast, because everybody's just practicing, right? So it's a ton of fun. More tactical pauses. And likewise, since you're following me, which is, I really appreciate that. That's very cool. Add me on Steam, because I've been recommending to people all day to add me on Steam. Add this account. If you search for Ninja Chris Casts, just like what you potentially see right now, hopefully you see it on Steam, you can add me, and then if you ever need to talk or about streaming, if you ever need to look for games, whatever, just add me as a resource. Whatever you like. More than welcome to have you. Anyway, we have the Tide, who's actually returned down to the bottom lane, and he's potentially looking for more punishment depending on how stupid he decides to play, up against a Darkseer who's soloing against another try up here. Silencer's still gone from the game temporarily, so we're just waiting for everybody else to come back. But strangely enough, he's dropped down a sentry ward, but against what? Other than just de-warding. I really don't know what else is going on. Why else he would have a sentry ward other than potentially to stop a D-ward or to stop a creep pull. Storm Spirit in the bottom lane with those angry eyes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's Psycho Killer right there. Darkseer up in the top lane, soloing. He's actually finished off his soul ring, so that'll be nice to help him get out of fights. Actually, he's got Surge. Okay, good. Excuse me. Earthshaker doing work. He picked off his first clarity. I mean, great little prize for himself after helping get that easy kill with the Fisher. Hopefully the Tidehunter learns his lesson, otherwise this is going to be a very fast game. Mirana, just, it looks like she's working for... Okay, there we go. Maybe she's working on a bottle? That's all I can think of. Rubik, having exactly the same build? No, excuse me, I'm being dumb. Top lane, just playing standard support. What? No way. No, we're not done yet. We got an hour. What? No. What's going on here? That can't be a GG call. Okay, they were just joking around, I guess. Sheesh, don't play with me like that. Whew. Anyway. Back to normal. We got the PA level 3 just kind of getting her last hits going on with the Stifling Dagger. We're going to take a look over here at a moment for the last hits and denies. We got the Weaver up 10 to Storm Spirit's 9. And this Phantom Assassin just kind of using your dagger just to get last hits. Actually, we have a Silencer who just picked off the Tidehunter yet again. He's playing...
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
What? Tidehunter's right here. I don't know anymore, guys. This is very clowny Dota. What can I say? PA actually working on the Mirana. Thank you to the Rubik who picked him up, dropped him back down, gave him that kill. Well played. And the Treant Armor is actually helping him out. So finally getting a 1-for-1. And we even have the Rubik returning to the top lane. Thank you for that gank. Sorry I missed it. Trying to improve. And we have further initiation on top of the Tidehunter. And nope, actually a Silencer just picking on him a little bit, but nothing too special. We even have the Darkseer who's just kind of finding out what's going on. We got 2 on the side of the Dire that are just pulling back the creep wave dramatically. So nonetheless, we even have a nice little regen rune in the bottom river, which the PA is more than happy to pick up. And well played there. So love that. And she's just going to go back to lane. We got the Tidehunter who's still just feeding kills. I mean, he's the only person who's died on C4 right now. So if he can keep it together, I don't see... Actually, we have... No. Okay, I thought the PA was going to dive on top of the Mirana again, but I was wrong. Why is there an in-between with these 2 camera positions? Nonetheless... Treant doing a good amount of work, scaring out the Darkseer as best as he can, and the Tidehunter just level 3. Fortunately, he has the levels to help compete against the tri-lane, but actually, no, we're just still waiting for things to happen. Darkseer actually pulling out the lane a little bit, getting a level. He's up to level 3 as well, and just waiting for the plays to work. We're waiting for something to happen. Phantom Assassin having her own little bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And nothing real special. Desperately waiting for an opportunity for one of the players, potentially the Rubik, just to rotate back to that middle lane and help pick on the Mirana a bit, especially after she's picked up that DD room. She's more than willing to push in the lane. Sorry, bottom is not missing.
You have no right.
And further denies coming in from the Mirana. Actually, we have initiation in the middle lane against the Phantom Assassin. She is going to drop to that Mirana, who has the DD rune, and very well played. If she did not have the DD rune, the Phantom Assassin would have easily picked off that Mirana, but it did not happen.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So well played, Mirana, taking advantage of the opportunity you had, and because of that, she's going to do a strong amount of damage to that middle lane, knocking it down 25%. And great play there. Nonetheless, we have backup. She's actually going to return to the middle lane, and I guarantee that Phantom Assassin wants blood. She's going to rotate on top of the Mirana, who's actually going to get her Wraith Band right before the... Nope, the Courier is actually picking up an empty blade, empty setup, and the bottom lane is just going to continue working on the Tidehunter. Very sorry I missed that. All the while, the Dire is actually continuing to work on the bottom lane. They're absolutely going to push it in, and if they're good about this, the Tidehunter is actually forced to walk into the lane. He doesn't have gold for it. This is a fast tier 1, 6 minutes in, and the Dire the Radiant doing great work.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're punishing a Tide who's making stupid mistakes. So I don't know what to tell you. A dust is not, smoke of deceit's not going to help you out of that fight, buddy. Actually, we have initiate on the lane, and they're going to stop the Treant armor. And Tidehunter pulling the lane back, but that's still a dead tower. He's choosing to back off and let it go. Very smart decision. The first one he's had all game, I gotta say. Nonetheless, the Mirana actually taking a ton of damage from the PA, and she's going to try and jump for that regen rune, but the TA is actually going to stop him and do more massive damage to him. And waiting for the last hits coming in. Nope, we're waiting for it. And the Mirana is going to get a last-second bottle charge,
Radiant's middle
which is
tower
going to save her life.
Attack.
Up in the top lane, we have further aggression coming back in. Tidehunter, yeah, not being able to do a whole lot now that his tier 1 is down. It's going to stick him out more like a sore thumb. But we have further aggression coming up back on top of the PA with the Silencer coming in for the rotate, as well as the Earthshaker. So we have a 1-for-1 in the bottom lane. We have a 3-for-1 in the top lane still. And we have a 2-for-1 in the mid. Let's see. I don't know what the next lane is going to be that's going to be taken down. I'm going to say the top tier 1 on the Radiant. This is where I'm going to bet my money. She should have, absolutely. That greedy PA should have waited until the DD. And she knows she's got the advantage. But the only thing I can think of is she knew she was more powerful without him. So if she could have defeated that Mirana and denied her the rest of that DD rune, that would have continued to help the PA snowball. And she's just continuing to pick from afar with her dagger. Continuing to see extra Treant armor coming. Fortunately, nobody else on the Dire actually, or on the Radiant, doing damage to. Okay, yeah, okay, sorry, I actually got confused there for a minute. Nonetheless, the tower is absolutely with the deny range, waiting for the Radiant to try and make the last move and take the tower. Otherwise, missed attacks, and we actually have initiation on top of the Mirana. Silencer coming in with the silences, and he's going to drop down first before further damage on top of the Earthshaker is going to drop down as well. But we have 3 on the Dire who's going to be desperately chasing down a Mirana who has absolutely no mana. She's going to take tons of damage, and she's going to jump out just in time, but unfortunately the PA is going to jump on top of her. Unfortunate timing. And we have a Phantom Assassin who's ready to absolutely destroy this Mirana. She has no ultimate. She has no mana. She has very little health. We're waiting for it. We have rotations coming back in from the Earthshaker, and it doesn't matter. The Mirana's going to drop down to the PA. Earthshaker's going to continue trying to work on this Earthshaker, but it's not going to. It's just not going to work. Unfortunately, he doesn't have. Actually, is she going to try and initiate? No, she better not. Take your advantage and walk away, buddy.
Is under attack.
All the while, we have the Rubik who's back in the bottom lane, and he's going to pick up a nice little juicy invisibility rune and return back to the lane. He is not. Actually, we might even have a smoke gank. Nope. Tide was not willing to pop it just yet, but I'm expecting. Okay, let's take a look at the graphs real quick because we actually have the Radiant just dipped under 2,000 gold, which is really not that big of a deal. And look at that XP graph. Absolutely all over the place. Worse than the Steam market. And very close to even. We're almost 10 minutes into this game, and XP is very close. And why wouldn't it be? We have 2 towers down on the side of the Dire, but I don't know. I agree. The game is very even right now. Even with the towers gone, I hesitate to say this is actually going to let the Dire bait in some extra
Missing middle.
damage, some extra fights. And here we have it. We have the Silencer and the Earthshaker taking a lot of damage on top of the Rubik, and he's going to drop. And who? The Earthshaker is going to get the kill. Fortunately, that Marana era helping get that pick. PA is not ready. She's not done to fight yet. In fact, we have the Dark Seer helping out, get the Earthshaker out of the fight. And the Dire are just not going to be able to initiate. They're going to back out. And even a strange little Fisher forcing the end of the fight there. Radiant saying, we're getting our pick and you're getting nothing out of this, by the way. Back down in the bottom lane, we have the Tidehunter desperately looking for just any experience he can get. He's not even level 6 yet. Wait, I can turn on... Okay, so we do have vision. I can change vision, guys. The Storm Spirit had absolutely no vision whatsoever of that Tidehunter, so very well played there. Picking up his level 6, jumping to the top lane. They're ready to fight. Let's see if they can get a kill out of this, especially with the Tidehunter ultimate. He's so far ahead that I don't think the ultimate's going to do a whole lot of good. He's not going to pop it. Everybody's just going to back out. They did see the transition coming in, especially with that nice little ward. Beautiful ward. No wonder Radiant were so able to back out. No, Screen, you get to stay on right now. Nonetheless, we have all 5 in the Dire in the top lane, while the Storm Spirit's more than happy to farm up. He's like, I'm loving this, guys. Look at all my gold. I'm up to 73 last hits, and it's just going to keep coming. All the while, the Weaver is the only one who's even matching him, unfortunately. And we have the rest of the Radiant. We have 5 on the Radiant on the top lane. Let's see if they can go in. We have a Mirana ultimate ready to go. Pop it. There we go. We're going to have a big fight. We might even have a Courier who's got a Perseverance in. Who are they going to pick on first? They're going to search for the Weaver, and he's going to take a lot of damage. He's going to drop so fast, but not before the Tree and Protector actually dropped first. We have the Sakuchi coming out from the Weaver, and nonetheless, the Radiant can't can't decide who they're going to go on top of, but they're going to jump on top of the Tidehunter. He's not going to drop his ultimate fast enough. Phantom has to take a massive amount of damage before she pops her haste room. She's going to run out, and the Weaver actually dropping down to nothing but the Storm Spear jumping on top of him. Weaver waiting for the Tidehunter, who did tip it back into the lane. What a fight. What a very interesting fight for both sides. I don't remember who died on each side. We had... Okay, I thought somebody died and I missed it. Storm picked off the Tide, who bought back and teleported, TP'd back to the top lane. He didn't even pop his ultimate. Okay. Tide dropped, Weaver dropped, so that's 2 on Dire. We had a Storm Spear drop on the Radiant side. And a Rubik? I think the Rubik died first. I could be wrong.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So that was either 1 for 2 or 1 for 3. Not entirely sure there. Nonetheless, let's take a look at the graph real fast. We got over 3,000 gold. Actually, we have a fight coming back in on the top of the lane. And they're going to easily pick off the Weaver. I caught it. I didn't miss it. I'm good. I'm the best. I didn't miss squat. Let's take a look now. We're even more over 3,000 gold on the side of the Radiant and 1,500 gold experience on the Radiant. So, exactly like I was saying, the Dire, they should not have been running 3 supports. They have no tank other than a Tidehunter who's not getting fed.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And the Radiant are just going to spiral out of control. So, not a good setup. Radiant's just going to snowball for the rest of this game. Silencer working on the Tidehunter a little bit, who's just going to heal him up a little bit. Not going to heal the tower even. All tier 1s are down on the side of the Radiant, or on the side of the Dire. We actually have a Marana arrow coming in, but missing, laughably hitting the Earthshaker. I don't know what that's going to do. That was definitely max range. Actually, we have, no, Storm Spear just running away. 30 minutes until I got to be out of here, but I don't think that's going to matter too much. Actually, we have Rubik. I heard it. Where did I hear it? Okay, Phantom Assassin being picked on by the Marana, by the wrong way camera, and the Marana, the Haste Rune helping out get the Marana out of that fight. Rubik actually dying to a neutral? I missed it because I didn't expect it. I don't know what to tell you. Perhaps he was just getting chased, but either way, if he was getting chased, well played. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I missed that one. Nonetheless, over 5,000 gold and over near 2,500 XP on the Radiant. And I'm willing to bet they're just going to continue to snowball. I was dead wrong on the next tower. I was expecting the Dire to be able to pick a tower out of this. They haven't gotten a single tower, so I will admit when I'm wrong. I'm a big man. I'll say that. Nonetheless, we have absolute vision over the top of the triple smokes by the Silencer. They are ready for some massive smoke ganks, some big fights. Maybe they'll even do what I was suggesting earlier, and going to do a Marana ult, which is, they're going to start with the smoke game, get smoke gank, getting close, and then finish off with the Marana ultimate. No, I want the Silencer. Thank you, buddy. I want to follow the Silencer since we have a smoke gank. Nonetheless, Darkseer actually finishing off his mechanism. That's going to be great. Let's see what else we have going on. Storm Spirit, what did he pick? He got himself a Starstorm. Ooh. That's not too bad. Could be better, but not bad. Storm Spirit having his Orchid. We've got the Darkseer with nothing really other than the mechanism finally. The Earthshaker with just boots. He's actually almost finished with his Blink Dagger. Earthshaker almost dead. Ugh. Go back to base. Get your heal, buddy. He's desperately thinking about that. Yeah, I don't blame him in the least. Thank you, Silencer. I appreciate the assist. But there we go. We got the Blink Dagger. Nice little teamwork on the side of the Radiant. We're up 12-5, so even if that... Oh, God. If that Earthshaker died, that would have been hilarious. I would have laughed so hard. Very questionable plays in us. Radiant ready to go. They've got the Blink Dagger. They got a TP Scroll. They're ready to fight. They've got the Marana Ultimate. They've got the Smoke. And they're going to... I absolutely foresee an easy split smoke gank, or GG call here very shortly. Let's see it. It's going to be so much fun to watch, especially with the Weaver who's in the top lane, nowhere nearby. And we have the PA who's going to potentially bop that smoke. And there it goes. They're going to drop the ultimate as long. They're going to jump on top of the Tidehunter as well as the Tree Protector. Drop down the two supports as quickly as they can. Nonetheless, they're going to continue chasing on top of the PA. They're not going to fight her. But beautifully played Radiant. With the exception of, I mean, the Marana was watching. The instant the smoke got dropped, they, got popped, she popped her ultimate. And that's exactly what she needed. I hesitate to say, well, excuse me, on the timing anyway. It wasn't exactly necessary as the Storm Spirit was just right on top of it. Jumped and took out the two supports. And, yeah. So, not a whole lot. I mean, it was...
tower has fallen.
It wasn't worth it, but it was great reaction time. So, well played on the side of the Radiant. Getting two beautiful picks for that. And they're just they're going to continue to do so. In fact, we only got about 90 seconds so it happens again. So why not? This is going to be a fun little matchup. Starstorm coming off and picking off some creeps. Darkseer getting his own. And yeah, just waiting for a little bit more fight potential. I'm going to look at your chat real quick. Yeah, I remember that earlier. With the Ravage, or the lack of Ravage, I should say. I don't know why the Tide hasn't Ravaged. He just must be very slow. He hasn't popped. I have not seen him pop ultimate once. Not once. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is a, that's not good. Ultimately just waiting. Sorry, I cheated there, looking at the stream. Looking at how much time we got left here. I only have about 20 minutes. So it looks like I'm going to be able to finish this just in the nick of time before the end of the work day. We have the PA just working on some creeps. We have the rest of the Radiant all gathering back to the middle lane. And they're going to run smoke gank number 2, especially with Mirana ult up in 15 seconds. So they're going to push the creep wave, and here comes the smoke. Poof. And let's go hunting, boys. And, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're so far ahead right now. Why would they worry? And they're actually going to find the Rubik. Easy picks. And the ultimate is still up for a short while, so we got about another 10 seconds, something like that. And they're going to keep hunting. Actually, they're going to see the Weaver, and they're going to get a pick on top of him. Massive damage, dropping him very quickly. Phantom Assassin dropping just as quickly. 3 down on the side of the Dire. And this would be a beautiful time to pick off some creeps. Well played. I don't know what else to say. Maybe they rotate back into the middle lane and push in the tower. The only thing they really have to worry about, they don't have to worry about this, but if they can push into tier 3 and take an easy set of racks, but they're choosing to go the safe option, push in the top lane, take out that tier 2 top, and Dire look to defend this, especially when we've got actually no, we're going to be initiating on top of the Tree Protector. Beautiful ward placement that's going to spot him out, and finally we have a Tidehunter ult, but why? And we have a missed arrow, and there goes the Tide. He's going to drop down to the Mirana. Likewise, we have further initiation on top of the Rubik. Nonetheless, Radiant actually taking a lot of damage. If they don't be careful, they're going to over-initiate. And Earthshaker taking a lot of damage, dropping down to the Tidehunter, finally getting 2 down on the side of the Dire. 2 down Radiant, 3 down Dire before a buyback. Phantom Assassin doing a dieback if we're not careful. No, she does get out of that fight. That would have been a very poor buyback. And the Train Protector ultimate finally kicking in. And we have the first set of bad initiation or bad follow through on the Radiant. 3 dropping in the entire fight. Darkseer picking up the Blink Dagger. And if they're not careful, there goes the... Yeah. So 4 down on the side of the Radiant. They got greedy. As far behind as C4 are, 10,000 gold and 7,500 experience, it didn't matter. They pushed back way too far, and they allowed they allowed C4 to come back. So Radiant, don't know what to tell you guys. You did great there. I would have taken another step back, secured your tower. But let's face it, we've all done the same thing. You get cocky. You've got kills. You've got everything. Why not keep pushing in and just completely steamroll? If you can steamroll, keep steamrolling. But unfortunately, it didn't work in their favor. And Dire got a few extra kills. Not to say they're not way up there. I mean, it's only barely dipped back in, it's not even in their favor. So it's not like Radiant have anything to worry about. And just going to wait for the last set of initiation coming back in from the Radiant. The Darkseer coming back in and potentially finding that Phantom Assassin. But no, the Trinity is right there to help her buddy out. Help his buddy out. Heal him back out. We actually have the Storm Spirit. Okay, I thought he was going to initiate on top of either one of these two, but he did not. And, yeah, I'm not sure what he's... Oh, he's working on... He's going to run out as quick as he can. He almost died there. Very, very careful. But he's actually working on a... He was working on a Bloodstone. Bloodstone's the word I was looking for, and it unfortunately slowed down my cast. Very sorry about that. He is going to give over the kill over to the Weaver. Desperately needs that 300 gold. Likewise, we have up in the top lane, we have 3 on the Radiant pushing in the bottom tier 2. So... Earthshaker ready to get him out of their lane, saying, this is my lane now. And we have potential aggression coming in. Earthshaker ready to stun. He's got the Blink Dagger up. He's got the... There he goes. And the big fight's coming down. We have 1 dead Tidehunter, 1 dead Phantom. No, actually, she popped her BKB. And she's going to be able to get out of that fight. Nonetheless, they're going to reinitiate on top of the Mirana, who's going to take half damage, most of the damage, and she's going to drop... No, she's popped her ultimate. She's going to get out of the fight. The Weaver, no, she's actually going to drop down to the Phantom Assassin and give her 870 gold. 2 for 1 on the Dire. Great reinitiation there, 22-13. And, wow, sloppy play on the Radiant. They're just, it's 3v5. As powerful as the Radiant are, they're not 5-manning. We have the Storm Spear just picking back in base, and we have the Dark Seer working on the top. 5-man, guys. Take your advantage. You gave yourselves such a huge setup, and now you're almost screwing yourselves over when it comes to all the XP. And they're ruining all of their potential. Exactly. I'm looking at your discussion right now. That's exactly what the problem is. They're blowing all of their ultimates, and they're not doing it in team fight. If they do it as team fight, excuse me, Storm Spirit actually taking out the Treant Protector. There goes the Tidehunter. Radiant getting smart, choosing to 5-man. We see further aggression on the Dire. On the Radiant. There goes the Rubik. There goes the Earthshaker very shortly. And all we have left is, actually, we have the Mirana up here. Nope, 2 down on the Radiant. Interesting little Mirana arrow, but nonetheless, actually, I have to say that even though it was 3 down on the side of the Dire and 2 down on the Radiant, they were the supports. So it's really not that big of a deal. I don't know what to say about C4. They're mainly comprised of supports. So any kills are going to be good kills. So still waiting for the rest of Radiant just to continue farming. And ready to just looking to go back into the fight. Actually, we have a Mirana working on a Monkey King bar. That'll be finished up rather soon. And then she'll probably go back to base unless she can pick up that DD room, which it does look Storm Spirit is protecting.
Dominating.
Phantom Assassin actually picking off the Silencer who was farming. So, excuse me. Interesting. I don't know what to say.
Radiant's
this is a
top
very
tower is under attack.
clowny match. Okay, so we got 12 minutes left in the game. We have 15 minutes until I have to be out of here. So I'm definitely going to finish just under the nick of time. I was just making sure everything was going to be okay. Nonetheless, so we have a big fight at the top lane. We have the Storm Spirit initiating, but the Phantom Assassin is going to drop her BKB, and it's going to force everybody to back out on top, except for they're going to keep working on the Earthshaker. It's going to drop down. Earthshaker jumping right back into the Storm Spirit jumping right back into the fight. 2 down on the side of the Radiant. 3 down on the side of the Radiant. In fact, they're going to keep picking on him. Storm Spirit not being able to get out. No, he committed suicide. He desperately tried to get back into the river, but he wasn't able to do it. And ultimately, he was able to at least sacrifice himself down. But that's some dead Mirana. Wow. Dire, how are you coming back from this? I don't understand. My mind is blown right now. Their Phantom Assassin is getting fed. She's up 9-2. The Rubik is down 2-7. The Tide is just feeding. The Weaver and the PA are just getting the kills. I hesitate to say this, but I think the only reason why this is really working is because the only 2 carries are up on kills deaths. They have a positive KD ratio right now, whereas you've got the carries on the Dire side, or on the Radiant side. Storm Spirit's up, Dark Seer's up. I don't know. So my only theory here, and I could be completely wrong, because the 2 carries on the Dire side are up when it comes to kills deaths, it means their 3 supports are just not giving up any gold. What are they when they die? What are they giving away? Nothing. So as hard as Radiant try, their picks are just not giving them anything. They need to be working on towers. They need to be working on Roshan potentially. Get your objectives, because kills are not doing it for you at this point. They had such an advantage, but wow, XP is actually on the side of C4 for once. They're down 7 kills and they haven't taken a single tower, but they're up in experience simply because Radiant are getting absolutely nothing out of these fights. We have the third and final smoking, and they're not going to find anything simply because the Dire are doing the same thing. So here we go. Come on, Radiant, push in the lane. Get that.
Radiant's bottom tower is
This is so cloudy. Everybody's searching for one another, and I Actually, Dire, I don't know what to tell you guys.
Radiant's bottom
Okay,
tower has fallen.
there goes the gong. They're actually showing off that they were at the bottom lane. And Radiant is going to say, you know what, you're going to take our tier 1, we're going to take your tier 3. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Radiant need to push in this lane right now. But no, they're actually going to choose to go
Dire's
fight
middle
instead.
tower is
We're going to
under
see a
attack.
brawl in the jungle, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, 5v5, right in the middle lane. This is going to be the final fight. Actually, massive damage on the Dire. 3 dropping down on the side of the Dire. Tidehunter not getting the chance to drop his ultimate. And that's probably going to be it. We're seeing the Mirana arrow missing everybody. Rubik actually stealing the ball lightning and getting out of the fight. And we're going to see the Radiant continue to push in,
Dire's middle tower
finally
is under
getting
attack.
exactly what they need. They pick off the Phantom Assassin. They're able to take out the tier 3. They're going to say,
Dire's middle
screw
tower
your
has
support
fallen.
lineup. We're sick and
Dire's
tired of
middle
killing you
barracks
guys
are
and getting
under
nothing
attack.
for it. You're going to stay in base. You're not going to go anywhere. And they're going to push for an early game. We're only 30 minutes
Radiant's
into
top
this game,
tower
even though
is
it's
under
felt like
attack.
longer due to all the pauses. We have a rotating in. Tidehunter's going to drop ultimate, and it's going to help out. There goes Simply an Earth Spirit. And the Mirana arrow saying, sit right there. And nonetheless, everybody else jumping out. Darkseer jumping out of the fight. Storm Spirit desperate. Excuse me,
Radiant's top tower
not
is
Storm
under
Spirit.
attack.
Nature's Rubik actually coming back into the fight, but overextending drastically. Nonetheless, 2 down on the side of the Radiant because the Silencer drops to the Weaver. And there goes the Storm Spirit. They got 1 Rax out of that. But ultimately, unfortunately, 3 dropping down on the side of the Radiant.
Structures are fortified.
Gold is actually swayed back toward Radiant, but XP is dead even. And there we have a very wonky Trait Protector dropping. Marauding getting a Tidehunter's kill as well. And we have the PA jumping in on top of the Darkseer, who's going to be dropping very shortly, even with a mech pop. Boom, there he goes down. And likewise, where'd the other one go? Okay. Nope, I guess nothing else.
have learned nothing.
Nope, Storm Spear jumping on top of the Weaver. He's going to be picked up very quickly. No. Oddly enough, taking a little bit longer than he expected to drop down. And now we actually have the Storm Spirit ready to end the game right now. He's going to push in. He's going to take out the other Rax and apply so much pressure. They've got 45 seconds on the PA, 60 seconds on the Weaver. At best, they only have three supports. And if there's anything we've learned this entire game, Dire have absolutely no power when it comes to their supports. And they're going to continue picking them off for the rest of the game. There goes the kills. There goes the first full sets of racks. And there goes the Tria Protector very shortly, waiting for the damage. Wow, Marana, look at all that damage she's just doing straight to the
Dire's middle
Tria.
tower is under attack.
Marana going to go home. Not surprised if this isn't going to be a very GG call very soon. Nonetheless, I am a little surprised at the rest of the Radiant choosing not to push in other lanes. But then again, I guess that was when they were having their problems earlier. They were trying, and they got punished for it. But they are going to, strangely enough, choose to pick off the Roshan, pick up the Aegis. Rubik going to go right back to farming. I guess he thinks that they're going to still be in this fight for a little bit longer. Storm Spear picking up a BKB. Meaning the Dire are going to have absolutely nothing to fight with. So, waiting for that Roshan, who is going down very slowly. Nice little static Remnant, not being able to spot out the Train Protector, unfortunately. And the Aegis is going to be picked up by who?
Roshan has fallen
Alright.
to the Radiant.
Nope, Trian actually being able to jump out as fast as he can. Arrow going to miss the Weaver, who didn't even know he was on its way. And we actually have initiation coming from the Storm Spirit. Not going to find anything. Going to go back to work with the team. We have 5v5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We have another Brawl in the Bronx coming up very shortly. Waiting for it. Tidehunter, he's invisible, but I don't know. Okay, so, sorry. I should have known better. No, he was the Nature's Prophet. Or Train Protector, excuse me. Train who gave the Nature's guys. And the Dire, or the Radiant are going to... Blowing mana. Okay. Whatever. Nonetheless, we just have some extra sentry wards on the courier. Nothing special. They're going to pick off a tier 2. And depending on how Radiant or Dire choose to combat this, we're not going to see a whole lot else. Dire too far spread out. They don't see anything. They don't have any wards.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Actually, excuse me. Did he take out that? He might have. So, nonetheless, we're seeing potential initiation with the Tidehunter coming in. Actually, no, the Storm Spirit's going to work on top of the Tidehunter. He blows his ultimate, takes half damage. He's going to drop down. PA dropping his BKB. And nonetheless, the Dire just taking massive damage. Nobody's down yet. Actually, no, the Tidehunter drops down to the Silencer. Tidehunter buys back into the game. Massive damage coming out of the Dire. 3 more dropping down. The Weaver coming back into the game as well. But we've seen time and time again the Tidehunter being able to, he just drops so quickly, because, especially to that PA. Massive damage coming in the Weaver, doing whatever he can to stop this final pushing. Tidehunter's dieback going down. Weaver trying to do whatever he can to fight against this setup. He actually gets the Darkseer, but what's he going to be able to do about the rest of the team? Nothing much. He's going to run back out of the fight. And the rest of the team are just going to push it. No, they're actually going to get the initiation on top of the Weaver because of the nice little sentry wards they have placed. And there he goes. Rubik's going to have nothing to do. We're 36 minutes into the game. C4 calling the GG, well played. And that is the game. Rubik having a little bit more fun. That's the game. So, I mean, let's be honest now. I'm actually a little shocked that the 3 support core Dire didn't take less time to fall apart. Radiant absolutely had that game in their bag the entire time. Very surprised how they were able to give away, was it 3 fights? 2 bare minimum. But giving either way 2 or 3 fights to that. And yeah, not what Dire wanted, and just bad sets of picks. So anyway, thank you again. Gonna rotate back into the alternate cast real quick into the background while we talk. Make it keep looking professional. Anyway, that is it for the evening. My name is Ninja Chris. Thank you once again for sticking around, guys. I really appreciate it.